And one of the fun things about IAM is it's almost a combination of automation and cybersecurity. So in the case of the Pentagon papers, it wasn't a high-ranking official that leaked these documents. It was a low-level National Guardsman who had no need for military secrets, but due to a failure in IAM, he had that access.
We're back with all the buzz here on ThoughtHive. Welcome to another episode. This time we have our cybersecurity expert joining us from Richmond, Virginia, from the US. Mark Maguire is here. Hi, Mark. How are you doing?
I am doing awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me. This is my first podcast, so I'm super pumped for it.
Well, we're as excited as you are, if not more. So maybe we can start with what you do at the organization. Give us a little sneak peek.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm an IAM architect here at Aujas Cybersecurity, like you mentioned. So for people that haven't heard about Aujas, Aujas is a boutique consulting firm. So we're really focused. Like all we do is cybersecurity. And then identity access management is a subdomain of cybersecurity. So cybersecurity, you can carve it up into a few different categories. But what identity access management is it's really answering the question, who has access to what? And one of the fun things about IAM is it's almost a combination of automation and cybersecurity. So once you get to the end of a project, we can go to the leadership of our customers and say, not only are you less likely to get hacked, look how much money we saved you. So it's a really good place to be.
Sounds like a win-win to me. So let's get to a question that I think a lot of people are curious about. Can you tell us a little bit about the Colonial pipeline hack and the Pentagon papers hack and how they played out?
Sure, absolutely. The common link between both of those hacks was a failure in identity access management. And we saw the result from that. So Colonial pipeline hack, it shut down the gas transmission all across the East Coast of America. And I live on the East Coast and it was crazy. Like so many gas stations have no gas. There's lines out the door, cars trying to get in. And Pentagon papers was numerous military secrets got released. And like I was talking about earlier, so identity access management is answering the question, who has access to what? And like, do they need that access? And if they don't need that access, what you do is remove it from them. So in the case of the Pentagon papers, it wasn't a high-ranking official that leaked these documents. It was a low-level National Guardsman who had no need for military secrets, but due to a failure in IAM, he had that access. So we really see the result from those two of when organizations don't take IAM seriously, what can happen.
Yeah, and you speak of IAM failure. Are these common in the industry?
Absolutely. So the product I work on is called SailPoint, and a common statistic SailPoint CEO Mark McLean likes to cite is 80% of breaches come from IAM failures. And to me, what's really crazy about that is, like I mentioned at the top of the call, IAM is an automation tool and it's also a cybersecurity tool. So by not taking IAM seriously, it's not just that you're more likely to get hacked. It's like you still have so much manual work in your organization and you're not saving money. So when you look at those two things coupled together, it's really crazy that more organizations aren't prioritizing it, and 4 out of 5 hacks are just happening in the same way over and over.
Well, it kind of sounds like IAM does quite a bit of heavy lifting, so it could be really useful. What would you say if you had to give a company advice on how to pick a consulting firm to help them with IAM?
Or advice for picking a consulting firm. This is gonna sound funny, but I think I would relate it back to food. So certain restaurants you go to, they have everything on the menu. They have Chinese food, they have French food, they have Italian, they have Indian food. But if you go there and you order the chicken lo mein, it's oftentimes not that good. But conversely, if you go to a Chinese restaurant, the owners both grew up in China, they're working behind the grill in the kitchen, you know you're about to eat some of the best chicken lo mein you've ever eaten. And cybersecurity is honestly a lot like that. There are these big 100,000 plus firms that have all these employees and they say, we do everything. We do all sorts of tech consulting and this consulting and that consulting. But I've worked with these firms and I've seen how well they do it. So companies that need cybersecurity, I would encourage them, pick an Aujas. Pick a boutique consulting firm that like here at Aujas, like cybersecurity, we eat, sleep, breathe cybersecurity. It's all we do, and because we have such a narrow, granular focus, we're really, really good at it. So I think that would probably be the best advice I could give a company looking to partner with a consulting firm.
Well, Mark, I think you put it in a way that appeals to industry experts and foodies. I think we can agree that we're all a little hungry right now, but you definitely drove home some very important points. Thanks so much, Mark. This was super helpful and it was great talking to you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, and here's to more conversations on ThoughtHive. Thanks to everyone watching for tuning in. I am Neerja signing off. There was a pun in there. If you know, you know. Bye.